Brand new reaction this morning from a bombshell New York Times report on John Bolton's upcoming book. The newspaper reporting the president told his former national security advisor that military aid to Ukraine was tied to an investigation of the Bidens. Let's bring in Georgia Congressman Doug Collins, a Trump impeachment team member. Congressman, good morning to you. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
I'll ask you the same question I just used, asked Saul Weisenberg at the top of the hour. How does this change things?
It doesn't. It really doesn't change anything. I mean, the issue here is how do we go about this process and taking the facts that the Democratic managers presented in the Senate. Did they make their case or did they not make their case? It's amazing to me, again, how we're having selective leaks at this point in time. I think it should be interesting to anyone how this happened. Remember, just right before the articles were voted out of the House, we had the Democrats' colleagues in the House actually talk about the Lev Parnas issue. It's always coming up at a moment in which, frankly, seemingly their case is the weakest. But here's the bottom line. Nothing in what we've seen so far, and it's simply just leaked parts of this transcript, has changed the basic facts of what we're talking about. There was no conditionality. The Ukrainians did nothing for the aid, and they got the aid. I think the discussions internally on how that went about, this really doesn't change anything, except it goes back to show that if he is such a relevant witness now, why was he not such a relevant witness for the House, and why did Adam Schiff have to plead to the Senate to call people now because he was scared of them going to court?
Well,
this is why this process is so
They claim there's been additional information that has been revealed since that time. I will ask you this now based on the growing calls from members of your own party in the Senate to hear from additional witnesses and John Bolton. Mitt Romney, it's very likely I'll be in favor of witnesses. Doug Jones, the Senate needs to hear from John Bolton. We know Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and others have said that they are open to witnesses. So do you see some of those more moderate members of your party leaning towards witnesses?
I think you see Mitt Romney possibly leading toward it. And by the way, Doug Jones is a Democrat, so that wouldn't surprise me if he asked or didn't ask. It'll be interesting to see how Doug Jones actually votes on removing this president and telling that to the voters of Alabama. So I think you've got to look at this going forward. The question really becomes this. Is it new information? Not really. Adam Schiff could have actually subpoenaed John Bolton, went through this process in the House. He chose not to. Let's remember this. This is because the calendar and the clock were against them. The calendar and the clock were wanting to do this before the end of the year. They had no desire, and Adam Schiff actually admitted on the floor of the Senate. He said, well, we could have done that, but then he would have said we had to go to court. That's an amazing coming from a lawyer not wanting to follow the processes that have already been set forth. So again, there's a lot to be made about this. There's a lot of headlines today, but at the end of the day, I'm not sure it doesn't change the factual pattern, and I'm not sure how much it actually changes with this growing concern. As you said, I've heard one person, Mitt Romney. The others have always just said, we'll see how the case goes forward.
But in the case of Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and others, they have said that they are going to be listening throughout this trial and that they are open to witnesses. 4 Republicans would be needed, of course, to join Democrats in those call for witnesses. Yep. The New York Times this morning says John Roberts can call witnesses to Trump's trial. Will he? If this were to eventually happen, and we did go see the Senate go down the path of witnesses, John Roberts obviously could come into play if the president were to claim executive privilege. What do you see potentially happening there, Congressman?
Well, I think it's what was just discussed, I believe, by your previous guest. I think once this goes forward, there has to be these areas in the White House, especially with the ones closest to the president. The president is simply doing what every other president has done, and that is to fight for the integrity all the way back to George Washington on this issue of executive privilege. Those who counsel the president closely have an inherent right for the president to keep those conversations within themselves. Remember, if not, John Dean was a witness in our Judiciary Committee several months ago when we were discussing Mueller and discussing the role of those coming forward and testifying about conversations with the president. And John Dean made an interesting comment. He said, you need to be very careful how you go down this road. He said, you may want it now. He said, you may want them to tell everything, but are you actually taking away from the president the very tools that he needs to do the job? So I think this is an interesting conversation as we go forward, yep. But it will just simply extend this trial, not shorten it. And I think you're going to see it get over with fairly quickly.
All right. A lot to keep in mind there. Congressman Doug Collins, thank you for your time.